It's showtime. Hello, my name is Alex, and welcome to Living Abroad. Qu'est-ce que c'est, people? Qu'est-ce que c'est? In today's video, we're going to talk about the 5 types of people that visit the Philippines, that come to the Philippines. Of course, there's more than 5 types, but these are the 5 types of people that I've noticed most commonly coming to the Philippines. Once again, I'm not really sure if there's anybody here watching this. If you can see me and hear me, please let me know in the comment section so we can get rolling and started. It's a beautiful morning here. It's 8 or 9 a.m. at some time here. I'm not going to tell you the exact time because I might give away my country that I'm staying in. But it's early morning on Monday, I guess. Yeah. So for you guys, most of you guys, it might be Monday night, no, Sunday night in the West and Monday morning in the Eastern country. So if you guys can see me and hear me, please let me know and we'll get started and rolling. I'm going to check on YouTube actually myself to see if this is live and playing. Sometimes there's a delay here and I really can't tell at all. So, one thing I have a little bit of issue with this location, the internet isn't the greatest because it's a new building and I don't know what's going on here, but sometimes the speed is really fast, but the connection isn't very good. So I don't know. I don't even see. Anyways, James says, "Morning, Alex." Hello. Alfred says, "Hi." Clear. All clear. Excellent. Wait, phone is playing. All right, so let's get started. Now, many people come to the Philippines for many different reasons, and I've noticed there's basically about 5 types of people that come to the Philippines. We're gonna go through all those kinds of people, and you guys can go ahead and share your thoughts as well. Now, people come here for all kinds of reasons, and it's never the same reason. There's a variety of reasons, and we'll go over some of those right now. Regardless of the reason why you come to the Philippines, it's a beautiful place. Like, there's no secret by now. If you're watching this channel or other channels, you know that um, for many reasons, like cost of living, the women, the beaches, just to get away from Western lifestyle, and like all these other types of things that people come to the Philippines. So, and let's get started with the first type of people that come here are retirees and people that have retired, they no longer work, and they may be living on a pension. So let's say anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500, even more, depending on how much they contributed to their pension plan. Um, Before we really kick this off, I'm gonna have to switch to my data, guys. Sorry, this internet, although it's clear, there's a huge delay in the comments. I don't see anything so far, so I know that can't be right. So let me fix that. Give me a quick second here. So I guess this is the one thing about being retired or having not work anymore, come to the Philippines. You most likely don't have to worry about internet connection the way you used to when you were working. So there, maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. Sometimes it's stressful doing these live streams because I want to provide some, informative content, some clear video, but I don't even know if people can see me or hear me. Edna says, "Good morning, Paul." Good morning, Edna. Thank you for being here. Let me go ahead and refresh the space so I can read more messages. One second, guys. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Here we go. There we go. Now we're back. Philip Massey says, "Hey, Alex, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Where are you, brother?" Right now, I am not in the Philippines, and only channel members know where I am since I've given personal updates of my status and where I am, what I'm doing to members only. So, oh yeah, speaking of which, guys, if you want to check out channel memberships, I've gone ahead and pinned that link over there. Take a look, and for a price of less than a coffee a month, you can go ahead and directly contribute to the sustainability of living abroad. and also get a lot of behind the scenes footage, bloopers, all these other things. So take a look at that. Hello from Guam, TSM, Gerald's here. Hello, Guam. Guam in the house. B Zibby, hi from Toronto, super video and info. Thank you. So let's get into it now that I know that people can see me and everything's back to normal. So the 5 types of people that come to the Philippines. Number 1 being retirees, people that are on a pension. They have a set amount of money coming in every single month. And for whatever reason, they don't want to live back home in the US, Canada, Australia, the UK, anywhere really, because they come to the Philippines to get much more for their money. Now, cost of living is one of the great things about the Philippines. Although it's slightly a bit more expensive than other Southeast Asian countries, it's still a lot better than your Western countries. So when you come here on that 1,500 to 2,500 pension that you might have, you get a lot more for that money. So you might get a nice apartment, maybe even have like a little property. Maybe it doesn't belong to you, but at least you're renting it or something, and a little bit of a quiet lifestyle, and your money goes a lot further than it would back home, right? So with 1,500, I don't think I could survive in Canada for sure, living by myself. I'd have to subsidize my income somehow in Canada. But in the Philippines, you can have a decent life for that money. So you can still go out and eat in restaurants. You can still take weekend trips somewhere nearby. You can still have coffee every day at a cafe. You can enjoy the malls, enjoy a little bit of entertainment. And so those are the first type of people that come to the Philippines, are retirees, people with a pension that have a set income, and they come out here to live a better life and get more for their money. So that's the first type of people that come here in the Philippines. And usually I see them all over the place. So when I go out to do my interviews, I see them at the malls, I see them at the cafes or the restaurants, walking around, and I'm talking to them. And they're usually very easy to spot as well. Obviously, the older generation between maybe 60 to 75 or something like that, maybe even younger a little bit. And they're really chill. They wear really chill, like relaxed clothing, just a t-shirt and shorts, just like myself. And they're walking around enjoying life without too much problems. They don't really cause too much problems. They kind of keep themselves, and they're just here to enjoy what their money can get them here in the Philippines, which is a lot more than back home. So that's the first type of people, the retirees. Um, yeah, you know what? I think I might stop doing the live stream from this location specifically, because I know for a fact that there has to be more than what I'm seeing here. Can you guys see me? Can somebody let me know, please, in the comment section if you guys can see me and hear me? I know you mentioned it earlier, but I feel like I'm disconnected somehow from the stream, and I don't want to just ramble on if nobody's here. But I can see it. It's so strange. Anyways, maybe we're just quiet today, guys. It's not a problem. So that's the first type of people that I see here in the Philippines, and they're all over the place, not just in Cebu, right? So they can live in, especially Dumaguete. I know there's a lot of, like a big group of people. Okay, thank you. The last good man in Jersey says, I see and hear you. Thank you, the last good man. Now I know. So especially places like Dumaguete or nearby, like Valencia, I hear there's like people in Davao. The Philippines is huge, right? So 7,000 islands, and these people with retirees or the pension, they are all over the place, So they're living everywhere. It's not just one specific location, and they're just trying to get the most for their money. They probably like sold their homes back home. They don't have much of a connection there, and they just come here to live a much more simpler life, and gives them a lot more for the money than they would back home. Okay, we're back. Keon says, hi, where are you now, my dude? I am somewhere secret. Only channel members know where I am right now. I just took a little bit of break from the Philippines. I needed a vacation for my vacation. So for the past 2 months, I've been hustling, grinding daily, trying to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers. Like you said, road to 100. Let's go. You're right. Thank you. So yeah, I'm just taking a short vacation from the Philippines. Sheila says, yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Excellent. So I can see you, says Jerry. Thank you, guys. Now the internet is back up and running. Road to 100K. Let's go. SM Smallville 007. Hello. Was wondering if there's an issue bringing 10 different vitamins and supplements into the Philippines, a 12-month supply each. Would there be for a year? Wow. Just don't want any issues. Thanks. Honestly, I don't know at all. I would say to at least get a doctor's notes. Worst case scenario, you have some sort of like proof that you require that for that amount of time. That's a lot of pills. You might be dinged for that. They might take it away. I know that coming into Canada, they're very serious about bringing medication without prescription and all those things, especially for a year. I don't know how strict the Philippines is. I think it's just going to come down to the agent and who's feeling. I don't know. Honestly, I'd have to contact either the consulate or somebody that would know that. I personally don't know. Maybe somebody here has experience bringing in that kind of volume of medication. I don't really know personally, to be honest, and I don't want to um, misinform you, I guess, right? So, anyways, so that's the first type of people that come here to the Philippines. The type number one is the retired folks that are older that would try and just live a better life, right? The second one, this one is kind of like a mixture of different things, but let's talk about it. So it's the passport bros, right? So men that are leaving Western countries for women in the Philippines. Now, this falls into several different kinds of categories. So let me kind of break it down. The first type is people at any age from 20 to 70 that are in their home country, but they're talking to a Filipina here in the Philippines. Now, a lot of times they talk for months, if not years, before they even get a chance to come to the Philippines. Now, personally, I don't judge anybody for what they do, but I couldn't do that. But a lot of people do that. So let's say somebody goes online and they're talking to a nice Filipina girl, and she's attractive. She's everything that he can't maybe get back home. She gives him attention and treats him like a man, and so he's continuously talking to her for months. Eventually, he gets some time off work, saves up a little bit of money, and comes here to the Philippines and sees her for maybe only 2 weeks because the man is still working because he's still younger, and that's the other kind, type number two. Now, the other side would be people that are maybe older, that's sending money every month to some girl here in the Philippines, and eventually they get a chance to come and maybe live here. So, and then there's other people that maybe not completely retired or not working, or just any random person that hears about the Philippines women through my kind of videos or anywhere online, that they see that they're much different than Western women, and they come here without any plan. So they just get on a plane, they take 2 weeks off work or a month or whatever. They come here in search of a Filipina, right? So whether they go online once they're here, they talk to people on the street, they go to the bars, the clubs, any which way to meet a woman. But basically, this group of people are only here for, not only, but primarily in the Philippines for the women. Now, once again, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, dating a Filipina is a great thing because of what they bring to a relationship. So that is type number two, the passport bros leaving their home countries for the women, the ladies in the Philippines. You just froze on my screen. Yeah, sorry guys, frozen. Really? The heck? Well, I don't know how updated that is. So let's see. Okay, it's kind of so weird. Anyways, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. East Coast Refugee, one of our channel members. Thank you for being here, East Coast Refugee. Hi, Alex, traveling to the US this week in Florida now. I have no idea how people retire here. It's so expensive. $300 a night for the hotel in the off season. Whoa, no wonder Asia is a big option now for retirees. That's insane, bro. $300 a month? That's the price of rent. Sorry, a night. $300 a night. That's the price of rent here in the Philippines. You can get a studio almost anywhere for 300 bucks if you look hard enough. Of course, not maybe in BGC, but 300 bucks rent for a month easily in most places in the Philippines or in Asia, actually. So that's insane. Yeah, I don't know how people retire there. Many people probably have businesses and a lot of savings, and the kids are helping them out or something, because $300 a night, can't do it. James says to East Coast Refugee, I stayed at the Pelican in Fort Lauderdale and had an ocean view, and it cost me $758 plus they took my 100 deposit for valet parking. What a joke. James, my man, what are you doing paying nearly $1,000 a night to stay at a hotel? What are you, the Prince of France? I don't even know. It's a lot of money. Send some my way, bro. What are you doing with that kind of money? Don't be staying at a hotel for a one night. You get a whole trip to Cuba for that, no? or somewhere. That's insane. You guys got some money, man. I'm out here trying to live off of 1,500 bucks a month. You guys spend that in like a night. I'm just kidding, but good for you guys. If you're in that position to be spending that kind of money, I mean, we usually do. We always live within our budget, right? So the place I'm staying right now, like right, that mirror actually turns on. It's weird. It's got a light. Everything here is new, and I'm staying here for less than 100 US, or just around $100 US a week. So, and everything included, the furniture, internet, all inclusive, right? Not bad, right? So it's a pretty good deal. Okay, guys. Let me continue reading. Mir says billionaires are deforming the cost structure for the rest of us. Yeah, but how many billionaires are there, bro? Like Mir, I mean millionaires, I guess, but billionaires definitely not. And they won't be probably staying at a place that most regular folks are staying. But you're right, rich people are definitely like raising the prices for the rest of us regular folk like me and others. I'm sure. Like I'm still very lucky and fortunate to be able to do what I do and travel and still live a decent life. But I know there's a lot of people that have a lot more money than me, that's for sure. But what are they doing? They're probably working very hard, right? So it's like basically a trade-off. Do you want your time to yourself or do you want money in the bank? I don't know. Regardless, type number two is the passport bros. People come here to the Philippines for the women, right? So whether they talk to them online, whether they're retired, whether they're already married, whether they have a girlfriend or they want to find one, there's all kinds of different streams or reasons why they come to the Philippines for the women. I notice a lot of guys, they get girlfriends online and they send them money, right? Every month. So that's how they keep them in a relationship, I guess, because I know as a woman, there really isn't, or as anybody, there really isn't a reason to talk to somebody online that you haven't met for months and months and months without being either bored or meeting somebody else or something, right? So there has to be some sort of like, I guess, attraction there, right? So for the man, it's easy because we just want women, right? So I mean, if a pretty girl's talking to you, you're probably gonna keep on talking to them, and even if they send you a picture here or there or a video call once in a while. But for a woman, they have options. Women got options, guys, and sometimes women are talking to like 10 to 20 different guys at the same time. And if every single guy is sending them $100 a month, you know, she's gonna work anymore. And that can be applied to any country, not just the Philippines. Matthew, another channel member, is here. I was in Jacksonville and St. Augustine, Florida last week, and it was $130 a night. Yeah, I guess prices are crazy. Even in Toronto, Canadian dollars is a little bit weaker than the US dollar. Anytime I want to go to Niagara Falls, if I want to stay at like a regular hotel, it's easily over $100 a night. And I'm not talking about like a five-star hotel. I'm talking about the bare minimum just to sleep, right? Because I don't need fancy hotel when I want to go to sleep. But yeah, it's getting crazy out there. Matthew, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here, another member of the channel. Guys, take a quick second. I've been doing this for 20 minutes almost now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Feel free to use super chat, super stickers, or consider becoming a member of the channel to get additional perks like knowing where I am right now. I just released a video yesterday for channels only, highlighting about 3 minutes of the city that I'm in at nighttime and behind the scene footage, all these other stuff. So take a look at memberships if you want, and I'll go back to the comments right now. Max Vet says, Alex, we all know you flew to Thailand. Well, I don't know. I don't know. The members can either confirm or deny that, but I don't know. Yeah, I love Thailand, but we'll see. You'll see the videos eventually. You just won't get updated immediately. My live location. So I'm gonna make videos here. I wasn't gonna do it because I want to be on vacation or something, but I just can't honestly. Like I'm doing a video right now on the live stream, right? So I kind of caved and I made a video already, and actually two of them. So Mr. Crackers saying hi from North Germany. Oh, hello, Mr. Crackers. What you doing in Germany? Are you German? Or are you just living there? Are you working there? Are you studying there? Let us know a little bit more. Smallville 007, thanks for the response. I've heard a lot of different ranges of income needed for the Philippines, but most expats say 1,500 minimum to 2,000. What's your honest opinion? Cebu versus Davao, for example. I haven't been to Davao, so I don't really know, but I have a feeling it might be a slightly cheaper than Cebu. 1,500 is enough for sure. Depends on your lifestyle. If you're single, if you drink, if you smoke, if you party, if you spend money on women, like so it really depends on your lifestyle. For someone like myself that doesn't smoke or drink and doesn't have many vices except for food, basically, I can easily live for 1,500, even 1,200 bucks and live in a comfortable studio in a city center. So it really depends. Yeah, definitely 1,500 seems reasonable for everything I just said. What if you're someone that likes to really enjoy life, maybe that wants to live in a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, that wants to have a girlfriend or two on the side and go out every night, then of course you're gonna have to double that easily. So it's really difficult to say, but if you just want a modest, decent life, 1,500 is more than enough. James Hummus, 100 bucks a night. You're going to Kingston Road and staying at the Have a Nap or Manor Hotel with cockroaches and use condoms under the sheets. Disgusting. Okay, so 100 bucks is cheap, not worth it for James. Yep, that's why I don't be staying in hotels in Canada. I can't afford decent ones. Don't make no sense. Cost is high, I guess. In Canada, 100 bucks is nothing. The U.S. apparently the same thing now, especially in Florida. It doesn't get you anything. So we'll get back to our chat in a second. We've already talked about two types of women, two types of men that visit the Philippines. The first being retired folks. The second being the people that come here for women, the passport bros for any specific type of woman, whether it's their girlfriend, whether they're meeting somebody for the first time, whether they're just coming here willy-nilly with no plan and just expecting to meet a girl, which they will. And so that's the second type of men that come to the Philippines. Let's go ahead and read some more comments, and we'll get to a third type of man that comes to the Philippines. Mr. Crackers, I'm from Australia, but working in Germany. Oh, got you. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, I appreciate it. You're welcome, Smallville. Are you Canadian, mate? Yes, sir. I is. And John says, I spent 50,000 pesos a month on my woman. But then again, we have married for 18 years. Yeah, it's different. If you're married, what's yours is hers, right? Marriage is a sacred thing, and I don't think most people marry someone they don't love or care about. So if you're married, that's a different story. You can spend the world on someone, and there's no scale, I guess, right? If you're married to somebody, you have the right to do and spend as much as you want on this person because that's your true love, right? Tetrich, yeah, Tetrich, unstable freak. Good morning, Alex. Have you ever been to Cagayan de Oro? It's a busy city, maybe even busier than, more crowded than Cebu. I haven't. I've heard of it. So when I go back to the Philippines soon, I'm gonna probably check out some of these places, starting with Davao, and I want to try Iloilo and all these popular like places I keep hearing about that I haven't yet visited. Um, but the thing with that is, like, I'll be honest, guys. Like, I want to travel for myself, but I don't know if I'm gonna make videos of those places. Maybe just one, just like my first impressions, because realistically, it's a lot of work. I'd rather just enjoy the city, and it doesn't get that many views. So if people are not watching it, if I don't enjoy making it, why make a video anyways, right? So, but I'll definitely make one per city that I visit, just so you guys can have an idea of what the surroundings are. And we'll do live streams from those cities, so I can give you guys like some details about the places, but probably not many travel videos of what to do, for example, in Cagayan de Oro or whatever. But that's just my mindset. Again, that's 50,000 pesos, half of my monthly income. Yeah, John, like we talked about, yeah. So that's like 2,000 bucks. As I mentioned earlier, if you have a relationship, a girlfriend or a wife, is about where you want to be. If you're by yourself, probably about 1,500 bucks is doable. But then again, it comes down to who you are as a person, what you spend your money on, etc., etc. Gurkha 9 CDO is definitely not busier than Cebu City. I guess that's Cayenne de Oro. Mr. Cracker says, dude, my friends told me a lot of people go to Philippines to mess with so many bars, girls. Not good to know, mate. Is that true or not, mate? Yeah, it's true. The thing that kind of annoys me, though, not really annoys me. I feel like if you're coming here just to go to the bars, why are you spending $2,000 on a just ticket to go see? Why don't you stay home and pay somebody probably less just to? That doesn't make sense to me. I think if you're coming here just to pay for women, it's just not fair for the country because there's so much things to do and see. Like if that's part of your plan, I'm a man too. Don't get me wrong. Women are my top priority. I'm not some saint or whatever, right? So, but like to go to the bars and then just, or if you come to the Philippines just for the bar girls, I think that's kind of like not the right mindset because you can just get bar girls anywhere if you're gonna pay for them anyways. But yeah, there's lots of bars here. If you think you're coming here at the bar and you think women like you just because they like you, you're mistaken. They like you for your money. If you're at the bar and you're paying for drinks and all that, they don't like you because you're handsome or you're American or Canadian. They don't give a shit. They like your money, and that's what it is. And if you do that, that's the type of woman you attract. Now, you're already starting at like behind the starting, what do you call it? Well, not even, right? So if you're going to the bars and you're paying for women that already liking you for the wrong reasons, it's very hard to have a proper relationship with someone with that environment. I would say less chances. Does it happen? Yeah, of course, sometimes, but chances are less. So don't come here for just that. Come here if you're gonna do that anyways. Do it, but also enjoy the rest of the stuff. Is what I'm saying. There's a lot to do in the Philippines. Mir Mir, where's your girl? She's back in Thailand. I say, uh, yes, she does. She is attractive. She's in Thailand. Good morning from Polomoc. Pol Polomolok. Where's Polomolok? Pomololok. Polomolok. Polomolok? I don't know where Polomolok is. Let me know. Is that even in Thailand? I mean, not Thailand. Philippines. Matthew says, I'm curious why vloggers go to the cities all vloggers go to. It's the new city areas that will do better. Go to Leyte, Samar, Southern Leyte, Mindanao, but not Davao City, etc. I don't know who these vloggers specifically, Matthew, you're talking about, but people go where there's success, right? So if Manila is where the videos do well, vloggers are probably going to go there. There's a very few vloggers that want to make videos just to explore new cities. It's difficult to have motivation when your views are very little. You put in all these like hard work and you're not getting rewarded with YouTube's algorithm because a lot of people are not searching for these places. So if someone's on YouTube, they're most likely not going to type in Leyte. So what does that do? The vlogger's video doesn't get many views. What does that do? That kind of discourages the person to make videos in that city. Now, so those are some of the reasons, right? So vloggers usually tend to go to places that draw the most crowd, the biggest cities, the most people, just like a business, right? You're not going to open a business probably in a small town. You might if you live there or if you enjoy that town or you just want to have something. But most people go where the traffic is, right? Same with views. So Destination Philippines says Palomalak, close to our place in Kurankanalao. I don't know where the other place is either. Is that in the Philippines? I think it is. Okay, guys, let's go on to type number 3 that I wrote down here. The sexpats, the whoremongers. So people that come to the Philippines just to have intercourse with females. So that's a type of man, right? So they go not just the Philippines, they might hit up Thailand or Cambodia, Philippines, any Asian country where they might feel like they have a better chance of sleeping with women. They come to Philippines specifically for that. So they get an apartment or a condo somewhere for a couple of weeks, and they're talking to many women. They don't care where they're from, what they're doing. They pay for them at the bars or at the mall. They just approach random girls that are standing by, offer them money in exchange for intercourse. And yeah, that's the other type. Number 3, I hear them often when I walk around and the stories they share. But some guys are here just for that, and I don't know. I got no judgment, but they're here just for a short period of time, just for 2 weeks or a month. They save up some money. They come here to party. They go out every night. They meet different women. They pay for them, and there's I'm not one to judge if that's what they want to do. So that's the third type of woman, the sexpat, the whoremonger. I love that word. Just roaming around looking for females. That's it. It's like that's the reason in the Philippines. That's type number 3. Destination Philippines is, hey neighbor to Luke, how do you like Palamak? We have a place in Coronadal City, just the north. Steel City TV's here. Leyte will definitely be a spot for the future. I'll start getting buzzed. I just haven't got the hype train behind it yet. Okay, so Leyte is the place to be. Good morning, evening, everybody. Steel City TV's in the house. STD Vectors. Good evening. Look who's here. Samantha Jones. Hello, Samantha. Welcome to the live stream. Today we're talking about the type of men that visit the Philippines. So far, we covered the retiree with a pension that wants a better life or just to get more for their money. The passport bros that come here to meet their online girlfriends or find a woman that they cannot get back home. And the third type is the sexpat, which is someone here specifically and only for sexual needs being met and attained, I guess. And then we have the fourth kind, which I'll read in a second. Smallville 007, what vaccines would you recommend besides COVID before coming to the Philippines? I don't know, bro. I never had a vaccine in my life that I can remember. Maybe as a kid, I had one or two. I don't take any vaccines that they recommend from the travel advisory and all that. But should you probably see your doctor if you're like a cautious person and you want to be well protected? Check with your doctor. I have no idea. John Collis says Leyte is a great place. That's where we live. Okay, but it's called Typhoon Alley. Oh no, we are hit directly by Typhoon Yolanda. Horrible. Sorry to hear that, John, and thanks for sharing that information. I guess that's something to consider if you want to be in Leyte. You're probably prone to typhoons, especially with a nickname called Typhoon Valley. I wouldn't want none of that. Mirror, mirror, more for the moaning. I don't get it. Oh, I get it. Samantha says, sounds interesting. I guess we're talking about the 5 types of men. And Smallville says, that's easy enough. LOL, thanks. Yeah. So vaccines, I don't know nothing about. Guess what? I bought this shirt straight up Nike, stitched and all that, right? I know it's fake, but like proper. Maybe it's real. I don't even know. But proper Nike shirt for $4. Can you? No, not even $3. $3? Yeah, just around $3. This is the country I'm at. So, Uner Pell says, I was watching a vlogger who says Panay don't like black. That's not true. You got to know how to speak to them. Yeah, they like white people, but Philippines the only country in Asia who rated or relate to us black. Yeah, that's bullshit. Of course, like you said, any country, unfortunately, due to like embedded, deep-rooted racism in human society, white people are more preferred than black people. It's just the way it is. Whether you want to agree to it or not, it's the reality. But in the Philippines, black guys have a lot better chance of getting women than any other country, I would say. So that's completely false. And I've seen a lot of black guys with gorgeous Filipinas. So and yeah, they can do it. So can you. I don't think. Yeah, it's completely false. I disagree. Matthew, you forgot the 6th type of man. Trans porn is the second most watched porn on the internet. They're going for regular and trans women. Trans porn are some of the biggest stars on IG and TikTok. Yeah, maybe because I have no idea about trans community. I have no clue about the LGTB, HDTV stuff. I've interviewed 2 trans people on the channel just to get more information about them as a community and how to address them and talk to them and be respectful towards trans. I don't judge people, but it's not something I'm interested in. But I assume there must be because there's a lot of trans people in the Philippines. I thought I saw more trans people in the Philippines than in Thailand, actually, to be honest. Philippines has a lot of straight up gay, trans, really flamboyant men out there, and they're accepted in society, even though I don't think they want to officially admit it because they're a religious country, but they're everywhere. So, especially online, probably 1 out of every 2 or 3 people is a trans person. So, if you're dating somebody online, that's the first question you should be asking, if you care about that, right? Is you a man, or were you born a woman, or whatever you want to do to get that clarification. 52 people watching this 30 minutes into the live stream. Guys, do me a huge favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, consider super chat, super stickers, memberships to get more information. I've put the link in the description and all that. Samantha says, yes, let me hear of these men. Yes, these men have been okay. So I don't know much about it, so I can't really talk, but I assume if you're ever curious about trans people, they're everywhere in the Philippines. All I gotta say. Explain. I don't know what to explain. That's all I can know about that topic. I think the white YouTubers are undercover racists that hate our country. Okay, let's go now. See ya. See ya. Dave Smith says, hi, it's Dave from the meetup. Hey, Dave, I went to Malaysia. How's Philippines? Different than Malaysia for you? The Philippines and Malaysia are very different in many ways. Malaysia is really developed, modern, and advanced in many ways that I had no idea, to be honest. Philippines is just behind when it comes to development. But the people of the Philippines is still the number one, and that's the reason why I'm in the Philippines as my home base. Malaysia was just a busy city. I mean, a whole country, I can't say, but the place I went to, like Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia has a, I don't know, I went to three major cities, Penang, Cameron Highlands, and Kuala Lumpur. Mm, it's just, I don't know. I like it. The food is different. It's a mixture of Indian and Chinese. The people all speak English as well, which was a nice surprise for me. And they're friendly, just like the Filipinos. But I felt like Malaysians, from the people I encountered, were more about work life. You know, they're not as laid back. They're always on time. They just seem to be just hustling a lot like a Western country, 9 to 5. Everything was structured and on time. And yeah, I mean, it depends what you want, I guess. Samantha says, I've never heard of this. Which part specifically, Samantha? If you can clarify so I can comment on that. Hey, Lewis is here. Good morning, Alex. Good morning. James, if you can't pick up women back home, then what's the difference overseas? You can't run from yourself. Try changing your game a little bit and improving yourself so you're have a better chance. I would have to disagree, James. If you can't, yeah. So of course, if you have, okay, that's true if you're talking about things that are equal. So if you're 25 years old, how can I say this? It's just easier in the Philippines. It simply is because you're wanted more than a regular Filipino. If you're 25 and a Filipino and you're competing against a 40-year-old foreigner, you will still most of the time lose. But so different depending on what kind of woman you're talking about. So that's all, I'm gonna do a whole other live stream about that. But I see what you're saying, James. Yeah, if you don't got game, you don't got game. Doesn't matter which country you are in, right? If you can't talk to women, it's not going to change in any country. But your chances just go higher in the Philippines because of just the society of them having desire for Western or foreigner men. Generally speaking, of course, I'm not talking about every Filipina, but a lot of times you just have a better chance in the Philippines because people just would rather have a foreigner than a Filipino, overall speaking. Now that's just the average person. There's a lot of Filipinas that would not look at you twice if you're a foreigner because they're just in a high class, high society. They don't care where you're from. They kind of have their own circle of friends, their own group of people. They don't need your online $2,000 a month money kind of thing. So, but for most people, a foreigner is an easy step towards a better life. And it's sad, but it's true. And that's why a lot of guys do better when they come to the Philippines, especially like if you're older, if you're in your 60s and 70s, there's no way you'll get a 20-year-old or 25-year-old, 30-year-old in the West. But in the Philippines, you can. That's the difference. So I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, remember, women always want what they can't have. And yeah, most women in the Philippines can't have what we just talked about. So Smallville 007, I'm still trying to figure out this travel medical insurance thing. If you self-pay at a hospital in the Philippines, does a credit card work as proof that you can pay for medical services? I doubt a credit card works. I think you just have to pay first. So if your credit card gets approved for your medical bills, then they, of course, will serve you and give you medical treatment. Smallville 007, you're asking some very good questions, but unfortunately, I'm just not able to answer them because I have not visited a hospital. I don't have medical issues or plan to fully retire in the Philippines because I don't have a pension or at retirement age. There's a lot of channels I would recommend checking out online that would have much better answers for you. But you're asking some great questions. I feel bad I can't give you proper answers because I just don't have an experience. Sheila says there's a lot of gay and bisexual in the Philippines. Almost all of my men colleagues are part of the LGBTQ plus. Yeah, exactly. A lot of LGBT people. Like whenever I go outside, and they're fun. They're fun to like be around. They're so like energetic. They're so funny. But romantically, sexually speaking, I have no idea what goes on there. I know it's a whole different world, and I guess some guys want to experience that, right? Oh, good morning, sir. Lisette, good morning. Tony Zero, if you're not interested in women, what would you say to them if you are approaching by them or their associates? I don't get it. If you're not interested in women, what would you say to them if you are approached by them? Hello? I don't know. Can you rephrase your question? Journey trails or trials. Journey trials and joy. Yeah, if it's easier in the Philippines, it gives men who have a closer mentality to have that negative mindset on some other people. It's important for the man to know where he is going in life. Oh yeah, buddy. If men in general, me included, put the amount of effort they put into women into anything else in life, they'll be millionaires. They'll be fit with abs and muscles. They'll be successful in every aspect of life. If I could tell my younger self or any younger person to not focus on women and put that energy into either business or yourself or your dreams in life, that's the first thing I'll tell them. Trust me, men always want women. It's just the way we have been since millennia, right? So that's always something that men should always consider. Put yourself first, focus on yourself. The woman will be drawn to you. It's that simple, right? If you're successful, if you're rich, if you're handsome, if you're fit, of course, a woman want that. So just focus on yourself first. The woman will come for sure. But it's easier said than done, right? So Kristen's here. If men just wanted casual sex or visit bars, why not go to Thailand instead of just curious? They do go to Thailand. But that's like saying if men want to eat food, why don't they just eat pizza? Because some men want burgers, some men want pasta, right? Some men want Thai and Filipino girls. So it's not like you can just have one and not the other. Plus, I think okay, so Pattaya is known for world like red light district, but some men English is another reason. Women here in the Philippines speak English, and maybe they just want to try different countries. I don't know. I don't know why specifically, but yeah, they do go to Thailand. There's a lot. That's why Thailand is the number one country for tourists and sex tourists and all that. But they come because the option is there. So maybe they don't want to. I don't really know why, but why just have pizza when you can have pizza and burgers? I guess. Journey, trials, and joy. My biggest problem with Western women is that freedom leads to overstimulation. You can never match the dopamine hit from the adolescence to adulthood, and it's no wonder they keep extending childhood. I get you. I get you. Yes, there's no dopamine such as that. So, as not to hurt their feelings, I guess they're talking about what to tell. Oh, I see what you're saying. So, if a woman's approaching you but you're gay, how do you talk to them? Just talk to them as friends and just be polite and keep it professional and short. No, that's okay, man. I appreciate all your help. I'm kind of new to your channel. You've been helpful already. Thank you, Smallville 007. I'm glad that I was some help coming to your questions about vaccines and medicals and stuff like that. Steel City TV, facts, trials and joy. Yep. Journey, trial, and joy. It explains why marriage can never work in the West because they spend their youth chasing dopamine hits when they wonder why marriage is boring. The whole idea of marriage is wrong in the West. I agree. I agree completely, right? So it's really hard to meet someone that is going to, people are different. What you want in life is never going to be the same as somebody else's. It might start off like that, but as you grow and become different people, sometimes that changes. And because we have so much freedom in the West, it's really easy to get a divorce or say, you know what, I don't want to work on this because of freedom. Because women are independent, they don't need your money as much anymore. They have so much support system. Even on social media, yeah, kill all men and women are independent, which is all great and stuff. But what does that do? Now you're equal to a man, so you have equal kind of freedoms and whatever. Therefore, you have the option to get a divorce. So the reasons to stay in a marriage is no longer as important as it was like 50 years ago, right? Because women can work, women can have their own money, women can do whatever they want. They don't need a man's assistance when it comes to like livelihood and just living, right? So they have options. I don't know where this conversation is going, but definitely not what we're talking about, but that's how it is usually, right? So John says, I'm self-insured medically. I am covered under my wife's Health family plan, which will get me into the hospital. My credit card will cover any further expenses. Well, thank you, John, for shedding some light about hospitals and medical bills and how to manage them. That is great. Water break. 60 people watching, guys. Take a quick second, hit the like button. Oh, by the way, whoever's here, thank you for being here because this video is going to be a members only video after this live stream. So whoever cannot catch this live stream, unfortunately, will have to miss it. But thank you guys for being here, asking questions. Please hit the like button, subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of the channel and maybe using live or super chat, super stickers. I sound like a robot, right? Have like a speech prepared. James says, Alex, that's a big ass water. Sure you didn't, but that's in the USA, lol. Oh shit, maybe you guys can tell where I'm at with the water bottle, right? I'm gonna hide it. Yeah, it's big because usually when I talk for like an hour and a half, my throat dries up, and I'm gonna need this bad boy, you know? Yeah, I didn't buy this in the US. Tony Zero, not gay, just want independence. Yeah, I was just kidding, Tony. But either way, if you don't want to be bothered by somebody, just tell them, oh, sorry, I'm busy. Say you're working, say you have a girlfriend. The easiest way to get rid of somebody is to tell them you're in a relationship. They'll stop talking to you. Samantha says, I love my gay mates. I love me a gay bestie. Yeah, they're fun, right? Gay people, like they're just that's what they call gay, right? Isn't that what gay means? Happiness and joy, right? The original definition. So they're fun for sure. Philip Massey asks a very, very important, deep, and meaningful question. Do you consider yourself blessed, Alex? Yes, 100%. As long as I have my mind and my body, I'm always going to feel blessed. So 100%, hands down, no questions, even if this YouTube channel fails completely, even if I have to go back to working a regular job or washing dishes somewhere, regardless, I definitely consider myself blessed. Peter's here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Peter. Miles away, 79. Cebuano here, watching from Wellington, New Zealand. Single gay still, looking for someone. Hey, oh, Miles is gay. Whoever's gay, holler at Miles, send him an email. Philip Massey, hi. Samantha Jones, Wonder Woman. Yeah, she is Wonder Woman. I can see that. Samantha. East Coast Refugee, a member of the channel, says, as a passport bro, I'd say guys need to make travel about more than just women. Yeah, exactly. Certainly friendships and finding like-minded people who aren't plugged into the consumer matrix is important. 100%. Well said. Perfect. Right. So if you come here and focus on different things than just women, if you come here to focus on yourself, if you come here to focus on the beautiful beaches, the weather, the food, and the history, the culture, the people, the woman thing will fall into place at the right time, right? The right woman will come to you, they'll be drawn to you, or just within the circle of yourself. So if you're going to come here and you're networking, let's say you're meeting with people that have the same mindset as you, whether that's sports or business or travel, whatever that is, right? So sometimes when I travel to different places, I go to meetups about certain things like language exchange or just books or coffee or travel. And when you're at these kind of places, you're around people that have a similar mindset, and you might meet like the woman of your dreams or someone that you could really hit it off with, and then that woman's side of things kind of comes and falls into place. So consider that when you come in here. Don't just come here for women. Have not a backup, but like another motive as well, because the women are going to be here regardless. So Philip Massey, I'll reply for Alex and myself. Okay. I can't read your name, bro. What is that? Che Grill? Che Grill? I don't know. Sup, LA, planning 2 month trip to Cebu. I'm curious about funds as I see all these travel vloggers go through. Yes, the Philippines is cheap, but things add up. 1,500 USD sound about right? Yeah, it sounds about right. Maybe even a little bit more if you're coming here just for travel for 2 months, right? Because if you're coming here for the first time as a tourist, you probably want to do some stuff, right? You probably want to go on trips, island hopping, do tourist stuff. You might want to eat at restaurants a bit more often because I doubt you want to be cooking. So about 1,500 sounds about right. You might come under that, you might come a little bit over that, but that sounds about right for just a regular dude. I don't know what your plans are. If you're coming from LA, then maybe you want to increase that budget a little bit because you probably got some money, right? So why not? But yeah, 1,500 sounds about right. Samantha says, yes, we're all blessed. I think so too. John Caller, I always have 1 liter water bottle next to me. I don't know how many. This is 1.5. I can see the side of this. It has the writing from the country that I'm in. So I got to be careful giving away my secrets. James says, I'll take a gays or non-gays. They're just people who are going through different things in life. I know who I am as a man and what I am. Yeah, I think, James, we feel the same way. If you are secure with yourself, you don't care about other people's preferences and you just kind of treat them as equal. I agree. Yes, 1,500 bucks a month for sure. Tony Zero, if you have health insurance, sorry, if you have your health, you have hope. It's true. And if you have hope, you have everything. Arabic saying. Hmm, I agree. Well said. Samantha says, thank you for the compliment. I do consider myself Wonder Woman. I think so too. Philip Massey gives triple hearts to Samantha. Okay, Alex, which services do you like best for transferring money to yourself in the Philippines? So far, I've lined up Remitly, Wise, World Remit, Western Union, and Charles Schwab. Schwab. That's so funny. I heard about Charles Schwab being really good. I personally just take money out of the ATM. I use my credit card, take the money out, and then I just pay my credit card off. I do that because my Home Trust Visa has zero foreign exchange fees, zero transaction fees, zero annual fees, and it's really close to the exchange rate. So all I do is I pay for the ATM fee. That's it. So the ATM fee in the Philippines is 250 pesos, I want to say. Yeah, 250 pesos every time you take money out. So let's say I take money out twice a month at 30,000 pesos. So 60,000 a month I take out from the ATM card. I'm only paying $10 service fee. For me, that's worth the headache of me trying to transfer money to Wise and then take it out of there and then all this other stuff. So for me, I just use my credit card. And in this country that I'm in right now, it's only $2 per transaction every time I take out money. So yeah, depends on which country you are and how much the ATM fees are. But my cost for my credit card is pretty cheap, so I use that. Um, what's that? I'm Cebuano here too, but I'm here in Cali, married to my husband, 15 years now. Hey, how'd you guys meet? Let us know. Did you meet him online? Did he come get you from the Philippines? Were you born in, I guess if you're Cebuano, you were born. Maybe you are. I don't know. Tell us your love story. Philip Max, Alex, what's the first thing you do when you arrive into your new location besides getting a place to stay? Ah, that's a great question. So the first thing I do, I just go out. Like I go like when I came here, the first thing after I got my apartment and I had my first full day, I was so excited. I always am. I just go straight to the first cafe I see. I sit down. I never like research anything. I just wander around the neighborhood. So I go everywhere around where I'm staying. I say hello to the local. I try different little cafes, different little restaurants. I just kind of explore my immediate surroundings to get myself familiar with that. That's the first thing I do. Then the second thing I might do is to go online and see. I just go into Google and I type in attractions or must see places, and all the little things pop up on the map that are nearby within walking distance. So I check out some of those places. So there's like a very old historical market where I am within like 800 meters. So I go there. There's a very famous like milk tea place that's supposed to be one of a kind in the city that's nearby. I went there. I try the local food and the local dishes and cuisine. So I'm really comfortable with myself. Like I don't need, although I enjoy people's company very much, but if you're happy within yourself, I feel like that's you're already winning, and like no matter where you are, you're gonna have a good time. That's it. I try like different fruits over here. I've never had so much fruit in my life at such low prices. I'm having dragon fruit at 50 cents a kilo over here. That's ridiculous. I'm eating lychee and lychee and different kinds of things I never, mangosteen. That some of the fruits in the Philippines are overpriced. I think I don't understand why, but here it's super cheap, like I thought it would be, right? So yeah, so I just enjoy my regular day to just explore, and that's the best for me. That's great. I tried talking to the local shop cafe. There's two teenagers, maybe like 20, actually maybe not. Anyways, they had really trouble speaking English, but they were brave enough to come sit next to me and ask me questions, or what do you do? Why are you here? You know, where you're from. And I told them they're brave for speaking to a stranger in a second language, and they're so like happy to have a chance to speak to native English speakers. So I just do stupid stuff, not stupid, but little things like that. At nighttime, I check out the night market. I go to like the walking streets that are supposed to be popular. I just take in the whole city. That's what I do usually. I talked a lot, didn't I? My bad. The Thrill is his name. Ah, thank you, James. James, now you're an intelligent dude. I can tell. Jungle Greg, I love the Philippines. I want to move there. Been there for years in a row. Okay, so Jungle Greg, do it. Do it. Move to the Philippines for sure. Kristen H, well said. East Coast refugee. Come on, guys. The Philippines is not just about women. It isn't. it isn't just about women, and that's the first thing I mentioned here. It's like, although I don't judge anybody, because like I love women too. Trust me, I probably love women more than anybody on this chat. But you got to do more than just women. Samantha, no, I have not announced which country I'm visiting yet, and I will not announce it until maybe a week from now when I release the first video of this country. Um, yeah, so I haven't done so yet. The members of the channel know where I am, so they get the preview, the status updates. But for me right now, I'm behind my Philippines videos. I have a Philippines video coming out tonight, and then maybe by the end of this week or next week, I'll do my first video of this country. Jungle Greg, I want to be the nice Philippine and get married. I don't date American girls. Yeah, you know, the Philippines has lots of women you can date. Damn, ATM fees are inevitable, huh? See, these little things add up. They do add up, but if $8 a month is going to bother you, perhaps you should save a little bit more money before coming here, right? So I you save a lot more than that by being here, right? So I know they add up. You can't ignore them. You can't like I don't know, you can't avoid them in any way. So you might as well just accept it and enjoy it, right? So, for example, yeah, $8 is a lot to pay for ATM fees for a month, but $8 is the price of like a Starbucks coffee. So I just skipped that one day. I don't even like Starbucks. But the point is, you save a lot more down the road. How fascinating. Taiwan XL. Taiwan, huh? Taiwan. Maybe I'll go there too. Smallville sounds like a good deal. Do you have much trouble with ATMs being out of stock? In the Philippines, yes. So the Philippines, depending on where you're living. Okay, in Cebu City, it's not bad. You can find ATMs anywhere that have lots of money. But if you go outside a little bit, you might have trouble finding ATMs that have lots of money or that dispense that amount, or they just you won't find ATMs nearby in certain neighborhoods, right? So, but for the most part, any major city in the Philippines is fine. Um, Humbert Smith. Hey, Alex, what city would you recommend for new retiree? Active 6-year-old, that's reasonable priced and still a good spot to meet someone. Thanks. I say Cebu City. That's the only thing I really know about, to be honest. I've been to Dumaguete. I've been to a bunch of islands, but the city-wise, yeah, I think Cebu City is probably a good starting point. You have the international airport that's there, so you land probably there. And then it's got a bunch of nearby islands and beaches you can explore as well. A lot of English-speaking people, younger women between 20 and 30s in Cebu as well. But you're 60, so I don't know what your age range you're looking for. But regardless, there's a lot of working professional women in Cebu City, and you still have all your first world luxury items, restaurants. The internet's still a lot better than a lot of like the other smaller towns. There's no brownouts in Cebu City really, so like no blackouts. It's kind of tucked away from the typhoon and all that stuff, like not completely, but you're not really on the edges, right? Like some other places. You have some hospitals that are great. So the few huge malls. They have golf courses. There are a lot of activities to do in Cebu City, and you're close to Bohol as well, which is an amazing island by itself. So for me, I think that's why I'm staying in Cebu City as well. So I'd say definitely consider Cebu City, but honestly, you can't really go wrong with many places in the Philippines. Tony Zero, can you use an ATM with your Home Trust card? Yes, I have been using it. I use it everywhere. Oh, and I recommend bringing at least 2 credit cards. And don't ever carry them together at the same time, almost like the keys to a launch code, right? In case you lose your wallet or something. Um, and if you're coming here, please write your contact information inside your wallet and put it in there, because I've lost my wallet several times. I've been lucky. Filipinos have been amazing and found me somehow, but you don't want to be in a position where you lose all your sources of income, right? So if your credit card, your debit card, and everything else is in your wallet and you lose your wallet, then you got no money, right? So if that ever happens to you guys, I recommend, obviously you'd have to get someone to send you money, but make sure you can access your online banking through your phone, right? If you're coming to the Philippines, make sure that that two-step authentication does not require a text message confirmation to enter your app. Make sure it's only like a email confirmation or a two-step authentication to the app of some sort. Because if you come here, then you can go ahead on your like mobile phone, send yourself money to your Western Union, right? You can send yourself money and then pick it up at one of the locations in case you lose your wallet or need some money as a secondary option. James says, Alex, I didn't catch where you are right now. Sorry, James, because I haven't given it. So I'm not telling people where I am right now. This is supposed to be my vacation. Only members of the channel know where I am. But aside from that, everybody else will find out within a week or two. Let me cover this. I'm just joking. Whoa, we just crossed the 1 hour mark. We still got 50 people watching this, guys. Take a second to please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Consider using super chat, or super stickers, or becoming a member of the channel to find out where I am right now and get behind the scenes access, members only live streams, members only videos, a 1 hour video call of myself, my personal WhatsApp number, and much, much more. And that way you directly support me and living abroad as well. Let me get back to the questions, guys. Give me a second. I'll get to everybody's things. Let me just find my spot here. Okay, there we go. Lisette LeBlanc. I meet my husband through my cousin from Texas. We talk online for a year. Oh my God, we got strong, a year of talking. Then he visits twice and we get married. Oh, so sweet. Here, her filled fiance visa. Now we're planning to move. We just built the house. It's amazing. Good for you guys. Lisette, thank you for sharing. So you met your husband through your cousin. That's great. Philip Massey says, Alex, have you ever been to this mystery country before? Yes, I have been here before. That's all I can say. John says, most ATMs in our locations are pretty good except on weekends. Okay, many will run out of funds over the weekend. Great tip. Yes, ATM lines are going to be huge on the weekend too, especially in the malls or anywhere really. So in the Philippines, people do a lot of the shopping and everything else on the weekends because they're working hard throughout the week. So plan to take some money out before the weekend because first of all, the lines are huge. Second of all, they might run out of money. Well, why can't you use Charles Schwab and not pay ATM fees? I don't know. I don't have a Charles Schwab card. I'm from Canada. I know the Home Trust Visa is American Visa, but I never knew about Charles Schwab before it came out. I just got Home Trust. There's countless credit cards that probably offer you a lot better than the ones I use. That's just the one I use, so I'm sure you can use that one too. Humbert Smith, thanks for the reply. My pleasure. Smallville 007, Charles Schwab reimburses all ATM fees anywhere in the world at the end of the month on your statement. At least that's what they told me. That might be true, but then you have to take a look at what is the exchange rate. So from, let's say you're taking out Filipino pesos per dollar. So my ATM Home Trust Visa is almost on par with the Google exchange rate. So if $1 equals 55 pesos, that's how much money I take out of the ATM. But Charles Schwab, yeah, okay, they may waive your ATM fees, but what is the exchange rate? Does a dollar equal 55 pesos, or does a dollar only give you 50 pesos? So you got to be careful with that too, because sometimes that's how the credit cards companies kind of like trick you into, not trick you, but they make it feel value when they're actually exactly the same as other places. Just like when you go to money exchange places, they say no service fee. Okay, that's great, but what is your exchange rate? What are you actually giving me back, right? So that's how they make the money sometimes. Western Union is horrible for that. They give you horrible rates. So does PayPal. Every time they convert any money, they take a whole bunch of money from the exchange rate. Sheila, my brother and my relatives living in Greece normally use MoneyGram. We transfer money here in the Philippines. Okay, so everybody has a different method, right? It's not just one way, and MoneyGram is a great way that works for Greece and the Philippines, and everybody's got their own thing. East Coast Refugee says, what kind of phone do you use for shooting? It looks and sounds pretty good. I have special Sony podcasting camera and I hate it. What kind of phone do you use for shooting? I use a camera. I don't use a phone. My phone is like this phone right here, 200 bucks, brand new. I don't use fancy phones. Phones are meant for me to like make calls and text messages. Why would I spend $2,000 on an iPhone? For me, I don't need to have a status symbol. Hey guys, look at me. I mean, personally, I don't blame people, but for me, my phone is my phone, my camera is my camera, my stuff's my stuff. Because I would love to use the iPhone to do some of the recording because it's got excellent quality. It's got different lens depth and it's really good. But that's going to drain my battery. The amount of times I use my camera, it just won't not be really a good idea. Because I would love to have an iPhone that I can use it for video stuff and making calls as well. But I'm going to drain the battery real quick. Mister. That was a perfect opportunity to say, I'm at the mama's house. I'm at to mama's house. Oh, I'm at your mama's house. Hmm. Oh, there it is. I'm at your mama's house. Yeah, I guess so. Dom, you can use fidelity as well. Fidelity. Fidelity? What is fidelity? Isn't that adultery? Fidelity. What is that thing when you like cheat on your wife or something? Fidelity? What am I thinking about? I don't know. Dom says, and Sophie offers free ATM reimbursement. Yeah, guys, there's countless like ATMs. Water Lily, Alex, more power to you, and I hope you can get more subscribers. And you almost 100K subscribers, and I always watch your videos, and I learn a lot from different people, and of course from you also. Thank you, Water Lily. I appreciate the support. I know you've been watching the channel for a while, and I know sometimes your opinions don't really align with many other people's opinions, but you can speak the way you want on my channel. And thank you for being here and supporting this since the beginning. Samantha Jones, I personally love the fact that you are moving around. Stagnant water is never good. Change is always good. Samantha, I like that saying. Stagnant water is never good. That's true. You know, I saw something or I heard something that cats don't like to drink water that's still. They want water that's moving because it shows that it's like healthier somehow. And it's not sitting there for a long time. I don't know. But yeah, I'm planning on doing that, guys. Just so you know, right now, for now at least, the plan is to stay in Cebu but move around and stay in Cebu and go to a different country. Come back to Cebu and check out somewhere else. So why? Because why not? First of all, I like Cebu as a place to live. I'm making my base, but I also want to see different places around the world. But right now, I don't have endless money to be spending on trips, so I have to save up and then go spend it. Basically, save up a little bit and go spend it, right? And by saving up, that means by having a regular apartment that I pay for monthly and have a daily routine that I do in the Philippines. That way, I can save a little bit of money, then go ahead and check out some different places. Dom says, how did you get started with YouTube channel? Did you expect it to be this big? I'm looking to start mine soon. Absolutely not. So I had no idea. If you told me when I started this YouTube channel that I'll be closing on 100,000 subscribers, I'll tell you to get the fuck out of here. But the thing is, I'll tell you how I started, and I'll tell you all about it. So firstly, it was 2 years ago when I was in Turkey, and at that time, only foreigners and tourists were allowed to go outside because the locals had a curfew. So when I started going to these beautiful mosques and these historical places, and it was just myself and maybe one or two other random wanderers, I'm like, I can't just like let this go. I'm like, I gotta document this and make a video. What is going on here? And I hate taking selfies. I hate taking pictures and posing and weird. So I'm like, let me just at least make a video. That's how the YouTube channel got started. And I'm traveling anyways. So I go to these like historical places, but I have no pictures of it. So I went to like Armenia and I was at the mountain that Moses was at, like Mount Ararat. And someone was like, hey, did you take a picture? I'm like, nah. They're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I guess, yeah, I should start like documenting some of this. That's how I started it. And it was like one video a week, maybe on my broken Samsung 8 phone. You guys can see the videos now. It's so funny. So my first few videos were really weird. Not weird, but like just not good quality. But then that's how I got started. And then if you need help getting started your channel, I offer a 1 hour consultation, or you can become a private jet member, get a video called myself. If I knew everything I knew when I first started, man, the channel would blown up much faster. Plus, I have 3 channels all monetized, and I monetized the other 2 channels within the first 2 months. And I'm no longer active on them. But my point is, like, I know how YouTube works now. If you guys want, whoever's interested, trust me, $100 an hour is going to be worth your time because I put in the two years of work into it. You guys are going to get it within like an hour of information of exactly what to do if you want a channel to grow. Anyways, East Coast refugee makes sense. I agree with you. You don't have a bougie phone. Yeah, no need. I mean, if you have one, good for you. But I'm not gonna get it just so I can flex. I don't know. I'll do my flexing in other ways. Everybody's different, I guess. Water Lily says, I wish you can get and apply a permanent resident here in the future because you're assimilate 100% of Filipino life. Yeah, thank you. Maybe someday in the future. Alex, have you tried Threads? If you see them, how you like it? I just opened a Threads account yesterday. For you guys that don't know, Thread is like the Instagram or Facebook equivalent to Twitter. I just opened a Threads account or just activated it yesterday. If you guys want to check out my Instagram, it's called Canada to Abroad. Oh, I misspelled that. I'm not very active on it, but if you guys want to follow me on that, feel free to do so. That's infidelity. We're talking about infidelity. Okay, thank you. Smallville 007. That's interesting to know. I didn't realize that. I thought the exchange rate was the same regardless. No way. That insightful to know. Wow, for sure. Yeah, they give you this like, oh, free this, free that, free the other, but they take like 4 cents off of every dollar you exchange, for example, which is going to add up to way more than $8 a month. Trust me. So take a look at that exchange rate. And if you look at PayPal, has some of the worst exchange rates ever. If you're ever converting US to Canadian or Filipino peso to whatever, PayPal has one of the worst. Same with Western Union, horrible exchange rates. So those are things to really consider. It's because they don't really tell you that, but that's the important stuff. Jesse Shorts, you think of formation? You're thinking of fornication. Fornication. That's those are great words. I think it was infidelity I was thinking about. But thank you, Jesse. John says all my passions are direct deposits to my pensions. All my pensions are direct deposits to my CIBC accounts. I then do a global transfer to my BPI account or my wife's account at no cost except exchange rate. Then use my BPI debit card at any ATM. John, that's excellent because you have a few things going for you. You have a BPI bank account, which a lot of people don't have a Philippines bank account, and yeah, so that's great. If you have one of those, you can just simply do a direct wire transfer between banks. Guys, we're closing to an hour and 15 minutes. We still have two more types of men that come to the Philippines. So maybe I can go ahead and address the other two before we finish up at some point and answer all your questions. So far, we covered these types of men. The retiree with a pension that want a better life or more for the money. The passport bros of all kinds that come here for simply the woman. The sexpat that just wants, pretty self-explanatory. Number 4, the fourth type of man that comes here is a tourist. Someone that is coming with either their girlfriend, their wife, their family, solo, whatever their reason is. They got 2 weeks usually, even maybe 1 week, short amount of time in the Philippines. They go to Boracay, they go to Bohol, they go to Palawan and Nido, they explore the country, and they're gone back home. Simply the tourist kind that come to the Philippines. They heard about the beaches, they heard about the people, they heard about beautiful tarsiers and chocolate hills and swimming with the whale sharks, and they may be even like somewhere around the area in Thailand, but they want to come here for vacation. 2 weeks, boom, gone, back to their home country. That's the fourth type of man, the tourist. They could be solo, they could be in a family with a girlfriend, whatever. They're here for those reasons. Okay, where are we at here? Alex, I joined Pina Love just to see what kind of people are there in the Philippines for the thrill. And I got 3,462 likes and 213 messages in literally 8 days. I'm deleting it now. Yes, get off that site. Pina Love is trash. It's 90% women looking for money, 5%, whatever it is, get off that site. You don't need it. I'm not saying everybody's bad, but majority of people on those sites are looking specifically for certain things. Most normal Filipinos that I know of would not be on Pina Love. People that are just that site is not good. And Gurkha feels the same way. Says Pina Love is scam site. So Samantha says to James, oh my God. But right there, it tells you. So first of all, James, I would love to know if you've ever signed up for Tinder or like Bumble or some sort of like westernized dating site. I know for a fact that you don't even have 10% of those likes or even 10% of those messages. Heck, you won't even probably have 1% of those messages, right? So that tells you exactly the site is pretty much a scam. It's not really equivalent to reality. Yeah, so 20 says PayPal charges like 4 to 5%. Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? So if you're doing $1,000, you're paying $50 in fees. Not good at all. Okay, we got 45 people still watching this. We still got two types of people. Actually, one more type of men that travels to the Philippines, and a bonus one I'm going to talk about. But before I do that, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, consider becoming a member. Um, Ask any questions that you have, anything you want to share, we'll talk about it. This is just for you guys right now. After this live stream, this video is going to be strictly members only. So yeah, this is your chance to share your thoughts. Samantha says, no way. I guess to the PayPal thing or the Pina Love thing. I don't know. Let me just go ahead and finish this list. So fourth was the tourist kind. The five or the fifth kind of person, man, that comes to the Philippines is the digital nomad. So that's people like myself, either like vlogging, working online, just doing something that they use the Philippines as a home base, as a place to stay, to either create content, to focus on work, that maybe they're working anyways and they just need a place to call a country or home. They know the Philippines has a 3-year visa basically that they can stay at. So they come for this kind of work. They have an online job usually, they work and live, and they kind of become a local in a way that they just live their life normally as if they were back home. So they're just a digital nomad. They're taking advantage of all the resources for a fraction of the cost. And whether they're YouTubers or employed online, they're just digital nomads. That's the fifth guy. East Coast Refugee says the problem with the dating apps, wherever you are, is a lot of AI bots now. You don't even know who is real or not. So as a man these days trying to navigate online dating, first, about 50, like let's be like 30% of them are going to be not in your sexual preference. So they're going to be the trans, gay, pre-op, post-op, some kind of person that you may not be interested in romantically. Then you have another 20 to 30% who are scams. The fake profiles, fake pictures, fake everything. Then you have about 20 other percent that are just out of your league as far as the women are concerned. You're just not attractive enough for them. They're just too bougie, too high class to maintain. You're coming down to about maybe 5% of women that are actually even remotely might consider you. And then you're competing with hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of men on the same site. So the dating sites, they're not equal playground. It's really not a place you want to be meeting people, really, to be honest. I mean, you could, of course, but it's difficult to navigate the dating scene online. East Coast Refugee says, I'm also a digital nomad, but I'm dumb. And I signed another lease in the US. I'm waiting that out. It's not dumb. And sometimes you might want to try to get out of your lease by finding someone to, I don't know what kind of lease. If you mean by your apartment, maybe you can find someone to take over your lease, maybe pay the penalty. Even the 1 month loss of your lease might be worth it. Um, but yeah, I mean, maybe it's a great time to just plan and get ready for when the time is right. You can go ahead and move here, right? So we all make mistakes, and hopefully you learn from this one and maybe not sign a lease for long term. But I don't know what kind of lease you're talking about, but the end is near, my friend. You're gonna come to the Philippines soon. Smallville 007, great question. How do you go about making sure that the person you're about to rent from really owns the place? For me, I rent through Airbnb usually. So they do all the vetting, the IDs and all that. So I have that as my backup source. If I ever rent with cash or like off Airbnb, I never rent more than 1 or 2 months, right? So even if worst case scenario, the person doesn't own my thing, I lose, let's say, I've never had this situation, but I'm just guessing if I were in that situation. So what, I lose 1 month worth of rent, let's say. And also, the best thing to do if you're really worried and you're renting long term for 6 months or a year, just ask to see the deed to the house, right? So ask to see ID, and you can kind of tell, no? Like I've never been in a situation where it's even a question. People usually just very upfront and I don't know. I'm sure it happens. It's something to definitely worry about. But I think where they post, what the profile looks like, how you found the place. Um, so a lot of these red flags or things that should be there are there. Let's say they come in a car, you could just simply get their license plate. They know the home or this. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to tell if someone's a scam or not. For me, at least, it's never been an issue. But the best way to be, I guess, to ask for ownership of some sort of proof before you sign any lease or anything. I got 5 months left, and no worries, breaking lease is hard in major U.S. cities. Okay, okay. Well, 5 months isn't so long. This will give you a good amount of time to prepare, save up some money, maybe tie up some loose ends. Um, who knows? 5 months, maybe it's a good thing in hindsight. For some reason, you don't really know sometimes. But yeah, it sucks, but it could be worse, right? It could be a year or longer. Can you use any ATM with your credit card? Most. So most credit cards are Mastercards or Visas, right? So whenever you see ATM, there are usually signs on it that says they accept Visa, Mastercard. It's really easy. And then most major banks accept most credit cards. That's never been really an issue. Jeffrey Getchell, digital nomads are also tourists. Not necessarily. I mean, depends what you. So tourists, in the sense that they have only 2 weeks, it was mainly like a time period. But yeah, digital nomads are tourists, but this is a grouping them in priority or the main reason why they travel. Mr. Cracker, bye mate. When is your next live again, dude? I'm not sure, bro. I kind of do these randomly now. We just dropped down to two a week, so I'm just gonna do two random days. Philip Massey says you must have a strong stomach, Alex. Never saw you get sick after eating all that street food. I have a decently strong stomach, but think I would just get sick. Excuse me, as a dog from developing country. I do have a very strong stomach. I was in India for 3 months. I ate street food multiple times a day, multiple. Never got sick a single time. So, I mean, am I right? Joshua says, "What is your ethnicity?" My ethnicity, I am from Afghanistan, Josh, but I live in Canada. That's that. Um, oh, number six, bonus, miscellaneous. So, of course, this could be countless reasons why men travel to the Philippines. And the last one is just like random people. Maybe they're here to open a business. Maybe they're here to explore some things. Maybe, who knows? There could be dozens of reasons people come here that are not on the top five reasons. So, just other things. Maybe they're making a visa run. Maybe they live in Thailand, but they have to go out and come back in. So they say, hey, let's check out the Philippines. Maybe they're like scuba divers and like the Philippines has some of the best diving spots in the world, right? So maybe they're marine biologists and they wanted to do some study. Who knows? There could be dozens of. Oh, maybe they were sent here through work. Some people, like I met a couple guys that were sent here to build the bridge that's connected Mactan to Cebu City. They came here like 4 or 7 years ago, and they've been here ever since then because now they saw a business opportunity. After they finished building the bridge, they started their own solar panel company or whatever. So visa runs, businesses, all kinds of other reasons is your sixth bonus type of man that comes to the Philippines. Smallville 007 says, thanks. Yeah, I just never know unless you see proof. I'm just kind of cautious. Do you have much trouble with white tax? It's 40 pesos Filipino, but you pay 60. Me personally, no. After you travel a bit, you easily like can figure it out. Almost any country, you the first day or two, you're gonna pay a little bit more than most people, but very quickly you'll figure that out. Really, there's lots of ways to make sure that doesn't happen. Firstly, try to buy things that have a price tag on it. Secondly, if you're not sure, wait till a local person buys something and see how much they pay for it, then you can pay the same thing. And like thirdly, almost like common sense. Like if you're buying something that just seems to be too expensive, just don't pay for it. Even like whatever it is. And if there's no price tag, you can usually bargain, negotiate. Like this is a good example. So I knew myself the market I was going to is notorious for overpricing. You're meant to haggle. That's the culture here. Some places you should not haggle. It's not worth the $2 or $3. But over here, I knew it because when I went to this to get this shirt, originally they said $6, right? Then by the time I left, I paid just under $3 for this T-shirt. Now that's only $3, but why would you pay 200% markup if you don't have to, right? So, but I knew that going into it. For example, I also bought some dried mangoes. They were charging me $6 a kilo. They wanted to. By the time I left, it was under $3 once again, because I know it's usually about 50% or less you can get the items for whatever the price they were going to tell you at this market. So after about like a week or so, you're going to figure it out. Don't worry too much about that either. Joshua, yes, I read that too, but I won't believe it until I see it. You're so kind to answer my questions. Have a nice day. You're welcome, Tony. That's what my goal is usually. That's a great idea, Josh. Yeah, they should offer it anyways. I mean, but then again, it's not really necessary. Digital visa is not necessary for Philippines. You get 3 years. I know you're not supposed to technically be working on a tourist visa, but come on, who's really reporting the taxes and all that to the Philippines government? Nobody's doing that shit. Come on, who are we kidding? Because like, let's say I'm an online English teacher. I go to the Philippines and I work for 4 or 5 months in my online job. Do they really expect me to go ahead and report that income to the Philippine government? I'm already paying taxes for my Canadian government when I do my taxes for self-employed. So unless you're making millions of dollars or have a serious digital business of online of some sort, nobody's doing any of this. So that's why I don't think there's any need for digital visa for the Philippines. You could already stay there for 3 years as a tourist. So why need Thailand makes sense. Some countries they only have 30 days as a tourist you can stay there, but the Philippines is 3 years. So with visa extensions. Philip Massey says, I heard that the Filipinos are not really into facial hair. Have you found that to be true? I know you're not dating, but you must have some sense of your boots on the ground. That's BS. People love my beard. I get compliments on this a lot, often. It was actually a woman in the Philippines that recommended I grow my beard 3 years ago. Smallville, that's good. It makes sense. It sounds a lot less stressful the way you answered it. Yeah, thank you. It does make sense. So yeah, the first day or so, you might get taken advantage of for 50 cents, a dollar or two. It's not a big deal. But after spending 2 or 3 days in your neighborhood, you really get a good sense of how much things should cost. Just observe for a second. Even a simple sandwich, right? You might want to get instead of asking the price, just watch to see how much somebody pays, and then get the sandwich and pay them somewhere around that area to get they give you the change back, right? So most people they're fine with it. All right, guys. So I think this is it. We're gonna do 1.5 hours. I'm gonna be live for another 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you guys have any last questions, comments, anything you want to share, please ask. Please like the video if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button. Become a member if you want to know where I am right now and get some behind the scenes footage, members only live streams, members only videos, etc. Joshua. I saw on the map there's a nice island near Cebu where you can actually live on the ocean shore. Wow. Hmm, that's pretty cool. Which one, I wonder? Smallville, do you carry travel insurance? Oh, yes, sir, I do. I use Safety Wing. That's my affiliate link, if whoever's interested. I've been using Safety Wing for 3 years. They're good travel insurance to have for medical emergencies. I don't really know how much they cover if you're like really in trouble, but I know they cover emergencies. And if something were to happen to me, they'll cover all my medical bills. So Safety Wing is what I use. I only pay about $44 a month in case something happens to me and I get admitted to the hospital. Yeah, that's that for me. Samantha, it was great seeing you too. I'm glad you made it to the live stream. Yeah, good luck with your surgery coming up. Lapu Lapu, you get to live on the shore in Lapu Lapu? I don't know what you mean. There's a lot of resorts on there. Yeah, I have. It's funny. Like I lived in Cebu for a while, but I never really explored Lapu Lapu. Mactan, that's where the airport is. I only go there to extend my visas at their office because they're really fast and good. But as far as like exploring the island, I didn't really do that. Okay, let's push 30 seconds. I could just linger around here. Maybe I could say my goodbyes to everybody. So, just a quick recap of the type of men that come to the Philippines before you finish. Number 1, retirees. Number 2, passport bros. Number 3, sexpats. Number 4, tourists. Number 5, digital nomads. Those are the 5 main types of people that come to the Philippines. And number 6, the bonus one, miscellaneous, all kinds of randos that come to the Philippines for whatever reasons. Dom says, I'm headed to the Malaysia next month. What recommend do you have? I don't know. Honestly, the KLCC. Here we go again. This stupid thing with my throat. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Excuse me. So, Kuala Lumpur, I stayed near New Central, which is NU Central, which is I think about 3 stops away from the KLCC city center, but it's much cheaper, and you simply get on the MRT. You'll be within KLCC within 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But of course, the KLCC said, if you can, stay here near the Petronas Towers, is where everything is. That's where everybody wants to be. It's really, really fancy, and it's really nice. Check that out. Wow, that's great. Thanks for all the answers, Alex. I'm glad to help. Jeffrey says, so the tourist visa for 3 years, how many times do you apply for it? So several times. You get 30 days upon arrival, then you extend it for another 30 days. So that's the first extension. Then you can extend it for 6 months. So then you just do that 3 or more times after that. Yeah, I know it's a hassle, but it's just better than having a digital visa, right? So you just extend it every 6 months after your initial extension. Josh says, that's a lot for your channel, really helpful. Yeah, I'm glad to help, guys. Enjoy. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye, everybody. See you next time. I know it's a sudden goodbye, but my throat's really bothering me. So I'll see you guys next time. Oh, video coming out tonight. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.